morning. Well, Tim will get more light chains drawn tomorrow, so we'll know tomorrow how this current daratumumab and teclistamab or talquetamab combination is continuing to work for him. Unexpectedly, his numbers actually did drop from 40,000 to 27,000, so it's definitely doing something, because he's got a lot of the usual side effects from chemo, like increased vomiting, he's got some tremors in a hand, he's dropping things. Chemo just works. It does a whole number on the body, but it is serving the purpose of causing his light chain numbers to drop, so we'll see how that goes tomorrow. The thing that I've been super aware of lately, I feel like we've kind of been toggling between life and this life and what's beyond this life. I had a conversation with my younger daughter yesterday, and she's like, "You mean death?" I said, "Yeah, death, dying, death." It's a death to this life, but what I've been extremely aware of is the temporary inhabitants of these bodies that we're in. As I'm just spending time with Tim, and it might be like touching his hand or putting a hand on his back or just being next to him or in the same space, I can feel the presence of his spirit inside of his body, and I can feel that at some point it'll leave. It won't be in his body anymore, it'll be somewhere else. And I've spoken about that before. I had a really profound experience with my dad when my dad passed, and I knew when he passed because I could feel that he had left, but he was still extremely present. It's interesting to be really aware of this and to just be having like really open, candid conversations about, when you're not, like when you decide to leave, when it's time for you to leave and exit your body, how will I know you're around? Like, what signals will you give when you come to just like look in on us or be around? Just passing a tractor here. And it's interesting because we treat these bodies as if they're permanent, and they're just not. It's just like a conglomeration of cells packed tightly together, and we call them us. Like, we say, "This is me, this is my body," as if I possess this body, but it's really the vehicle that allows my spirit to roam on this planet and to have experiences and to kind of be recognizable. I mean, if we were just a spirit roaming around, if other people are kind of confined to their bodies, it would be hard for people to see us and have interactions with us. And I can feel how I don't know that I have like a lot of profound things to say about it, other than just like, it's just very temporary. having a conversation with one of my daughters about it, because there were a lot of questions, a lot of fear around death, a lot of questions around what's going to happen. And I was like, it's not the end for him. It's just a new beginning. It just feels like the end, because when someone dies, when we call it a death, here on this plane of existence, it really is just a departure. But he's not going to be like gone. I really believe that at some point you'll reconnect, and when you do, you'll know immediately. When my dad was passing, he just kept saying, like, it was like the week or two before, he kept saying to let grandma in, let his mom in. She was at the door, and he had visitors of all kinds, like, lingering around the house, and it didn't feel like he was hallucinating, or it really felt like there were beings kind of coming close to help him be ready to transition. And if you listen to any number of hospice stories, or stories of people who have passed and come back, they're very open about all of that. But it's interesting to be navigating this phase of life and Tim's path and our journey together, just being really mindful of that, and mindful that there's a temporariness, if that's a word, to his existence in this body. And it feels like a real gift to be able to feel his spirit present in his body, to feel his spirit animating the flesh and the blood that we call Tim. It feels like a gift to feel warmth and breath and all of the things that are indicative of life. And it makes me really sad for the amount of conflict and struggle and hatred that exists on our planet. And I think if we could really see each other for who we are, and recognize that we're all spirits inhabiting these bodies, and that I think if we could see each other that way, there'd be a whole lot less violence. There'd be a whole lot less animosity. So I guess that's my prayer this morning. My prayer is that, whether your loved one or whether the people around you are going to transition anytime soon, that you can just take time to see them for who they are, like really see into them, really feel their spirit animating their body, and feel the temporariness of it, and feel that for yourself.